What's up, everybody? This is Adrian with the Red Garage Auto. Today I'm here with this 1998 Nissan Skyline R34. This is a 25 GT, but this is a very special one because it has an RB26 DET swap. So we call it a 25 GTT-R-R. Yeah, so I'll go on a quick walk around the body and try to show you everything that this thing has and point out any imperfections along the way, which this one doesn't have much of any. The whole body kit is kitted with a GTR style kit, which really looks nice on this thing, presents very nicely. It looks really aggressive. As you can see, has the side skirts with the add-ons on the bottom. And this is the sort of a Nissan style kit. No dents or dings at all. Body shines really nice. It does have a carbon fiber Sibong type hood, or sorry, it is Sibong carbon fiber. You can see it's really nice. Sitting on works wheels, which I don't think have any curb rash on them at all. They're just a little dirty from sitting and driving. No dents or dings along the body. Again, the add-on sits really nicely on the car with the side skirts. Very GTR style bumper with the add-ons, Z-Tune style. On this side, again, no dents or dings. It's really clean. Everything fits nicely. Only thing, in the future, if you would need to be add a wing. Other than that, this thing's really, really nice. It does have aftermarket exhaust, which once we get into the part where I turn it on, you'll hear it. Sounds amazing. So this thing really sounds aggressive, which is super cool, what you would want. This is a Spec D exhaust, Spec D tuning. Shines really nicely. You could probably polish and shine it up even more, but looks really cool. Complements the car well. But yeah, this thing sounds super aggressive, and that's really sick. On top of the fact of it having the RB26, which makes almost 500 horsepower. So that's really, it's not only, outside of having a GTR, it's already tuned and everything. So this thing is pretty cool. It does have the xenon headlights. So that's also a plus. Front mount intercooler. Again, the work wheels on there with nice tread. These are like a summer spring tire. So they are sticky to help hold the horsepower, but you might want, something more all-weather depending on what kind of state you live in. Yeah, so we will move on to the interior. Again, the body outside is flawless, so there's not much to point out there. So we'll move on to the interior. Okay, onto the interior. This interior is actually super clean. Doesn't show hardly any signs of wear. The only signs of wear that you really see is just on the steering wheel. And that is probably just from, over the years, a little sun fed on the leather plus just driving. Yeah, but as far as the seats go, almost untouched, look really nice. Everything in here is really nice. No bubbles or anything in the dash. The center, it does have a GTR style brushed aluminum center bezel for the shifter. Does have the Grady boost controller here. Has the pretty factory stock radio setup here. This is GT body, so it does not have the triple gauge pods there, but a lot of people just, if you really want to get that look, you can cut a hole and add the MFD if you want. There is a FC Commander in there, which we will get to once we start the car. Check out the back seats. Back seats super clean. I don't think anyone over the years ever sat in these, how clean they are. Yeah, no stains or anything on any of the guards or anything here. Super clean. Even the carpet, no stains. Roof liner, amazing shape. Also super clean, no stains. Yeah, it's surprisingly really clean inside of this interior. Okay, and onto the engine. This is the amazing part about this car. This is the RB26 DET. It's usually, it comes in GTRs as a DETT, but this one has been converted to a single big turbo, a T4 turbo. So it's RB26 DET. This is a top mount, so you can see the turbo is huge. Has a heat cover blanket there to keep everything around it safe, because it will put off a lot of heat if you are going, if you're going pretty hard on this thing. So yeah, it's super clean in here. Everything was done, and we also had this thing tuned by Intech Racing out in Kent here. They do a lot of JDM performance cars and R34s. Yeah, so we were able to get this thing on the dyno and tune it to a safe level of still, but high power of 500 or I think it was 480 to the wheels. And all that information and the sheets of everything will come along with it. Yeah, so if you look here, everything is super nice. Everything's been nicely done. There's no crazy wiring or anything. It's just sitting on adjustable coils. The information on what they are will be in the description of this car. I can't remember the exact name brand of these ones. I want to say they're Final Connection, but they may not be on this one. But yeah, let me start this thing up so you guys can see how it sounds. Okay, gonna start this thing up so you can see how it sounds and runs. There you go. This is a cold start. For whatever reason, the system, when tuning it, reads a little bit higher RPMs on the cluster, but it's actually correctly idling here. As you can see, everything can be read live data off the Apexi Power FC. And you can see it's at 1,100 there on the RPM, so it is sitting correctly. I don't know why that shows like this on here, but it's better to read off of here anyways, because most people mount them around here somewhere on the dash so that they can get live data, because these old computer systems, they're not always accurate anymore. Yeah, so everything works here. AC does blow cold. Everything's been tested. It's nice and warm and cold for the summertime. Does have a old school aftermarket Kenwood deck. You can either use a lot of times we use Bluetooth tuners here in the shop, so you can just set it to a radio station and play music off your phone, or you can get the old school tape insert or something like that. Besides that, we'll go out and see how it sounds. The exhaust has a nice deep sound to it. See if you can hear it. And we'll give it some revs here a little bit, but it's really nice. Sounds really nice. Okay, and again, here's the RB26 DET. I'm gonna get a flashlight because just to see if there's some things I missed going over. It does have an aftermarket exhaust manifold. I think it's excess power aftermarket exhaust manifold. Just a little bit heavier duty for the power from the turbo and everything like that. But again, super clean all through here. Let me give it some revs here. All right, it's still it's getting up to temperature, so I'm gonna give it some blips so you can see how it sounds. And then I will hold it about 3,000. Go to 4,000. Back down there. You can see engine rev there. Yeah, sounds really, really good. I'm try to give it a little higher rev so you can hear. Yeah, this thing's really rowdy if you want it to be, but yeah, it runs really good, and it's just an amazing car all the way around. Here's another example of how it sounds when it is at idle and warmed up. This sounds real nice. It's deep, but it sounds powerful. Super sick car. So if you're interested in this vehicle, you can give us a call at 206-774-0043, or you can contact us on any of our socials at Rare Garage Auto on Instagram and at Facebook, and then www.raregarageauto.com. You can message us and text us on our phone number. Yeah, so thank you.